Thomas, the Farmer's Arms there, compiled for me of various bands, including his own band he played with back in the mid-80s in Swindon. And they're the Hoover Juniors. And yeah, I'll say a bit more about the band and their members and what have you. But I know Taff wanted me to shout out to Jane Bennett in New Zealand, who's listening tonight. So possibly our furthest afield listener ever. So yeah, hope it's not an inconvenient time for you at the moment, Jane. And anyway, here's Taff's band, the Hoover Juniors, or I shouldn't really say Taff's band because Taff had several members. There were several members in the band with Taff, and who might well have seen it as their band too. But anyway, it's the Hoover Juniors, and this is Do the Hoover. Oh, yes, indeed. A debut on the show there for the Hoover Juniors. And just want to give you a little bit of history on this. Thanks to Taff Thomas for bringing this to me, but also thanks to Dave Thomas here. Dave is Taff's brother who digitalised the track or the tracks. because it was a cassette, I think, that was rescued from a bin outside Swindon Town City Hall, and a fella called Mike Parry from Swindon's Media and Arts department found it. The original producer was a guy called Nigel Sawyer, rest in peace. And then Dare Mason here in Penzance remixed it, and as Taff says, made the original tracks come to life. So yeah, Taff is on vocals there, and then the leader of the band was actually Mike Davies. So yeah, it was Mike Davies who was the leader, and unfortunately Mike's no longer with us. Mike was on sax, and Andy Haxby was the trumpet player, and also played French horn. Hello there, Andy, in the Netherlands, if you're listening in. And Mike Perkins was on backing vocals with Kathy Musamonia Spray, and Ricky Hyde on drums, and Eddie Rubberman Arankis, who was the scratch guitarist, and Kev Keegan on keyboards. Well, I know the band were playing in the mid-80s, and I think Kevin Keegan had retired from football then, but I don't think they were the same people. So there you go. Okay, right then. Hope you enjoyed that one. We're going to be playing a couple more tracks from the Hoover Juniors later in the show. And now we are going to our special guest tonight, Mr. Stevie Junkwax. Stevie, thanks for bearing with us for your first track on the show.
Yeah, you're welcome. I thought I'd start with this one. It originally came out in the 70s, so people know it more for the 90s version. So the Happy Mondays did this track.
Okay.
Early 90s, when all the baggy scene was going on.
Yeah.
And the original, I think, was like 73, John Congers. So
really?
There's people that I know that only know the Happy Mondays doing this track.
Yeah.
Obviously, and there's a few people that remember the original from the day. But I'm going to play, or hopefully you can play this version for us, 1980, from a band called Boots, who I've never ever heard of before. So I thought I'd bring that along because it's quite interesting, because the original was 70.
Because the plans of Mr. Bradley, and it was 1985 or 1986 that this was recorded, the original track. And as I say, they were a Swindon-based band. They actually started out in 1980. Taff Thomas was telling me, supporting Dickie and the Tinklers, the Petrol Project, and the BCGs at the fair in Swindon, and they lasted, I think, till 1986. Sadly, never got the recognition that I think they deserved. But anyway, as I say, it's the Hoover Juniors, the plans of Mr. Bradley.
Shut
The Hoover Juniors, 1985 or 1986, we're not entirely sure, from the rescued tape from a rubbish bin in Swindon. But thanks to some good folk, Mike Parry, and then Dave
What
Thomas.
about Clary from the Arts Centre, was he on it?
Taff didn't tell me about Clary. No, it was a bin outside Swindon Town City Hall, and Mike Parry, a media arts chap, found it apparently. Nigel Sawyer made the original demo. The late Nigel Sawyer produced it rather, and then Dare Mason here in Penzance remixed it. Yeah, marvellous. Yeah, thanks to Taff. Heads up to Taff, of course, up there at the Farmer's Arms in Causeway Head, and all the good people, all the good burgers of the Farmer's Arms. Marvellous. Okay, well, last bit of vinyl on that was based in Swindon, and they were playing from about at least 1980 to 86, and these demos were from a session from 85 to 86. Not entirely sure which year, but many thanks to Taff Thomas for providing this, and all the people involved. Remixed by Dare Mason here in Penzance Region. This track is "What Is Life?" Question mark.
Neck tuck, I've got it wrong.
with What Is Life, concluding the tracks from our featured band tonight, the Hoover Juniors. Yeah, excellent stuff. Thank you very much, Taff Thomas, and everyone involved in those tracks. Mentioned you all earlier. Any of the band listening tonight? Hope you've been enjoying the show. Okay, right then. Where are we to now? We're on the vinyl, aren't we, gentlemen?